Ipag lang ako hanapin eh.
Ayan, live na tayo.
Alright.
Teka,
Alam mo,
hindi na ako makakalabas ng ng safari.
Lalo naman
Nagla-live
ako.
na tayo.
Cellphone ako. Paano ko si
sandali
SLK yan?
i-share ko kay Aris. Naligaw
Dali, padala nyo ng link si Aris.
Naligaw si Tito Aris. Ang bait ko, sabi ko Tito, hindi Lolo ah.
Tito. Sana na-record yung sinabi mo kanina.
Sandali. Copy link.
We have more than 2 minutes. Inaantay lang natin yung guest natin na makapasok sa garahe nila at magla-laptop na daw siya.
Yep. Guest natin tonight is none other than, I always say it wrong. Is it Sir Zach? Sir Zach? Sir Zach. Paano ba? Ano yung tamang? Sir Zach.
Medyo,
Sir.
Medyo informal.
Si Sir Zach. Siya yung
Si
unang
Sir Zach
guest
ng
namin.
Paranaque.
Unang guest namin sa TNR.
Oo nga no.
Talaga?
Yep. Sa lumang studio namin sa Tiendesitas. Sa ano yan? Metro Walk.
So, today is episode
Fuck if I know. Episode 200. 200.
Oh, sakto.
144.
Sakto?
144. 144.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Mark,
Walang tao sa Maynila ngayon.
Kidawen, and ang ever-present Menorio. Magandang gabi.
Joseph,
ikaw na naman. Ito. Si Joseph, pare. Yan yung nag-ano sa akin. Nag-chismis sa akin tungkol sa yung mga isang grupo na mag-aaway. Dahil...
Huwag mo bubuko yung source mo.
Hindi ko
sabihin
sasabihin.
si Joseph Santos yung nagkwento, yung lagi naka-Vespa na dalawa yung box.
Hindi, iba yun. Wala naman akong binanggit eh. Basta may kunento lang sa akin si Joseph.
Blind item ba yan?
Oo.
grabe, ba't yung tunay na rider nagiging moto chismis na? Parang piniko, kahit wala si Aris. Moto chismis.
Ang lakas ng Ang lakas ng hatak ni Aris eh.
Grabe,
Dapat tayo nag-apply kay Aris at Moto Chismis.
Oo nga, dapat hindi si Aris yung pumasok sa tunay na rider. Dapat yung tunay na rider pumasok sa Moto Chismis. Alright. Yun, humabol. Ba't parang bumata si Aris? Anong filter ginamit mo, Aris? Nagpabelo ka ba? Can we zoom in on Aris? Why do you look so freaking young, Aris, ha? Anong ginawa mo?
Right,
diba?
Light, white balance.
Hindi na pakulay ng buhok, no?
Ganda ng buhok mo, Aris, ha?
Wala akong hair dye. Wala akong hair dye. Hair.
Tina?
No. Nagtitina ako eh. Yung pomade.
Pomada.
Yeah. Nandito kasi ako sa...
May pomada na tina na rin?
Hindi. Hiwalay yun.
Chupalis yun, pare.
Magandang gabi, Moto Connect. Hello.
Meron na pala.
Okay, so why do we have a show today?
Brad. You explain to them.
Alam mo bakit? Because level up na kami sa tunay na rider. Sa sobrang level up, may schedule na kami for the next 2 months. Maki, Aris, Bach, and myself have been booking guests. And ginawa namin sa Excel pa. kung sino yung in charge doon, ano talaga. And then boom, boom, boom. Oh, invite mo si Zach, invite mo si ano. And napuno namin, nakalimutan namin i-sync up with Philippine holidays.
Yeah, oo, sumobra.
And the thing is, the other reason why we have to do Zach now is because Makina Moto Show is around the corner. And hindi na natin pwede iurong because we've also got the Davao dudes coming over, sila John D and the organizers. So, pasensya lang, Zach. Disturbo kami habang Holy Week. Uy, kilala mo yan, ah.
Halatang hindi kayo
Hi.
nagsisisimba eh.
Si Attorney
Can you guys hear
Kim.
me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hear you
Yeah,
guys. for some reason.
clear.
Ayun, no?
Because I am.
Uy, birthday ni ano? Birthday ni...
Hello?
Hey,
Yeah,
Zach.
we can hear you.
Ni Lucky.
There you go. I can hear you guys.
Atsuchi.
Gigolo.
Happy birthday niya.
Gigolo nakalagay kay Zach, oh. Gigolo.
Really? What Sorry. What laptop am I using?
Hey.
Papalitan ko yung title ko, Sex Slave. Papalitan ko ng si Zach.
So Zach, sorry for bugging you on during Holy Week
No
because
problem.
sobrang professional na kami with Alice and Maki. We filled up my Excel sheet kami with all the guests and si Maki was sharing lahat ng mga events, right? So we're like, we gotta have Zach on before Makina. We gotta and we completely forgot na may holidays. So nakalimutan namin. So that's why
It's
we're on
fine.
tonight.
But of course, thank you for having me. And hello, Vin and Conch. I just saw them behind Maki. So anyway, thank you for having me. And finally, Moto Chismis revealed.
Yeah. You know, Zach, you're my friend, so you have little immunity that lasts for 3 days. Akong bahala sa'yo. Di lagi kong-
Basta, there are three things that add immunity, sabi ni Aris. Ano yung mga ways that you get immunity from Moto Chismis, Aris?
you follow mo to Chismis, and you be nice to Aris Ilagan and the Tunay na Rider team. You get immunity.
Yun. May
There
immunity.
you go.
Tsaka dapat umattend ng Makina Show.
Yon.
Tama ba yun?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then, bawal yung mga nag-unfriend kay Aris. Di ba, Aris? Sino ba yung mga nag-organize ng mga event na nag-unfriend sa'yo?
Parang alam
Yun lang.
Anong tawag si Zach?
Yun lang.
Oy, no political questions, ha? No questions about that can affect national security. Yan lang.
Hindi,
Okay.
may gusto kong tanong muna eh.
Sandali, Maki. Sandali. You guys are all over the place. You're not in your usual setups. How has everybody's holiday been so far? Ikaw, Zach, you came out from out of town?
Yeah, today or before the
Today.
holidays?
the
Yeah,
holidays.
Tagaytay. I haven't seen my siblings in a long time, and Rocket, my kid's with me because we have a new baby now. So it was a good time to catch up with my brother, my sister, and we went. I checked out he's got a new place in Tagaytay, so we went there. Without me, I just completely forgot about the whole Tagaytay Holy Week. Grabe. I mean, oh my goodness. Pero pababa, okay na. Pero if you wanna go to Tagaytay, dapat 4 a.m. As early as 4 a.m. Just get out of there already. I mean, go. Mga tipong 9 a.m., forget it. Apat na oras.
Talaga? You think tomorrow is gonna be bad too? I have to go to Tagaytay.
Ride's gonna be fine, I think. And no, today's the worst. I think Thursday. I think everybody's settled in already. Kasi kanina, as of 5:30 papuntang 6, wala pila.
Oh,
Ang highway
grabe.
taas, sama.
Yeah.
Yung papasok.
Yeah, I passed through Slex pare 7 o'clock. Medyo malala na eh. I'm here now in Batangas, Rosario, Batangas, and Siyempre, sabik na sabik yung mga kababayan natin na makaspend ng their first Holy Week after the pandemic. So, sana wag niyong makalimutan yung real essence nitong Holy Week.
Ano yun? Boracay abs. Real essence ng Holy Week.
Yung mga kailangan magpapako sa krus dyan, magpapako kayo, okay lang. Make sure na may alcohol lang yung pako para...
Saka walang kalawang.
Si Aris, hindi niya kailangan ni alcohol yung pako. Siya mismo yung may alcohol na lumalabas eh. Yun ang stigma niya.
Ilan mo takot sa akin eh.
Ikaw, Maki, saan ka?
Dito ako sa Banawe. Sumunod ako dito kila Mark Lakay. Tapos yung Basta Bike na group. Kapon pa sila nandito, ako umabol ako. Pero first time kong dumaan sa Maliko, Nueva Vizcaya.
Beautiful road yun, pare. Ang ganda ng scenery dyan.
Ang ganda. Grabe. So,
Parang nasa Switzerland ka doon. Parang nasa Switzerland ka.
Oo, ang ganda. Kamukha niya yung twisty sa Bataan. Pero mas mahaba.
What's the road called?
Maliko. Ito, kasama ko yung mga nandito. This is Lucky.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Tapos Dodge. And then
Si Jenna
Mark.
ba yun? Ano yun? Si Jenna?
Sandali.
Saka si
Solo
Cole.
layout natin. Pakita kayo ulit.
Pakita daw kayo ulit.
What's the chismis?
Sino daw yun? Sino daw yun? Kanina pa nila inaantay.
Oy, maglagin kayo sa mga phone nyo para dumami yung mga nanonood.
Tapos magpadala kayo ng
Oo,
star.
walis kayo dito. Pataasin niyo yung engagement namin.
Kasama mo, Maki. Lahat ng viewers natin kasama mo, Maki.
Kaya nga eh. Mag-login kayo sa akin. Anyway, yun, yung Maliko, Nueva Vizcaya, wala siya sa Google Maps. Kasi, kailangan mo
Meron na.
Hindi siya magko-connect. Sa Waze lang gumagana. Kasi yung tulay, hindi siya nababasa ni Google Maps eh. So, from Tayug, Pangasinan, meron ng tulay, papasok ng Maligo. So, pagpasok mo doon, yun na. Dire-diretso hanggang Santa Fe. Oh. So, kaysa dumaan ka ng Dalton Pass, dito ka na lang kasi mas mas scenic yung view.
And ikaw rin, Bak, saan ka galing? Ikaw galing ka rin sa probinsya. Nag-ride
Hindi
ka
na
rin.
kami dumaan. Ganda.
Salamat sa invite,
Napaaga lang ng 2 araw. Eto na, katawa. Kukwento ko lang. Pagdaan namin doon, kasi, di ba Maki, wala masyadong dumadaan pa ron eh. Mga tipong, pag nakapunta ka ng Santa Fe, tipong mga 10 pa lang ang makakasalubong mo.
Oh.
Ganong kaluwag.
Grabe.
Tapos, may mga nasalubong kami, grupo ng mga naka-GS. Sa luwag ng daan, sa ganda ng kalsada, nakawangwang pa rin sila.
Yung
Ganun
kalabaw.
sila kalupit.
Yung kalabaw, ginawang nila yung kalabaw. Talagang habit na yun.
Sino yung pinapatabi nila?
Pinagana nila yung wangwang or nakikita ko lang may wangwang?
Magkana yung wangwang. Malayo pa lang, naririnig ko
Siguro
na.
baka naisip nila, wala naman tao, all out wangwang na tayo.
Ano ba gamit natin? Para sulit.
Sino hinahawi nila doon? Sino kayo hinahawi nila?
Siguro
Alam
naisip
mo-
na, wow, bad trip naman to. Wala tayong pagwawangwangan. Iwangwang pa rin natin.
Oo nga. That makes sense, Doon na lang sila sa
Andun
guba.
diba?
Sabi ni Mark Song, hindi pa kumakaway.
Pag nakaganong ka, hindi ka babatiin.
Unless, baka nag-shoot naman sila. We don't know. Baka they're shooting na nagre-review sila ng wangwang. I don't know. Ganun.
Oo nga,
Pinili na
oo
namin
nga.
yung place.
Wangwang
Oh,
at
walang tao
boxing.
dito.
Oo
Tao
nga.
dito, review natin tong wangwang na to, tong model na to.
Zach, na-try mo na ba yan? Mag-review ng wangwang sa ilaw.
Actually, that's a thought. I mean, how will you
Di
review
ba?
that? This wangwang is really loud. X amount of decibels. Talagang tumatabi yung mga tao. O, kita mo na, nahuli na ako ng polis. Legit.
Testingin nga natin kung haharangin tayo ng HPG o hindi.
Sandali. All right. Before we move on to Sir Zach. Aris, ano yung moto chismis of the week?
Yeah.
Uy, yung
Yan,
yung mga
yan,
barubal,
yan.
tawag nila barubal. Marami ring nag-reply, nag-comment.
Sinong
Yung mga
nila?
nangihiram ng unit na kung ano-anong ginagawa sa unit pare na wala nang kinalaman sa review eh.
Kinakabitan ng wangwang?
O isa, yung mga nilalaspag na, I mean, ganito yan eh. Pag
Anong definition
dadalhin
mo ng
sa-
laspag?
Pare, wala dun sa, kasi ang review, normally, they expect you to ride the bike under normal riding condition. Hindi siya extreme. Ngayon, when you say extreme, dadali mo sa truck, i-offroad mo. Kung i-offroad mo nang wala dadali mo sa truck, sasabihin mo, i-declare mo. And other than that, hindi, naiintindihan ko yung top speed. Hindi ka naman mag-top speed na isang oras eh. Siguro maabot mo yung top speed ng 10 seconds, pare, bababa ka na eh. Hindi, di ba? But pare, there's a way to review bikes. Hindi yung kung ano-anong pinagagawa mo. Kaya nga, ang iba pa dyan, nakaka-damage, hindi dinideclare, ituturo dun sa naunang humiram, parang hindi maganda. Isosole, halos wala ng gasolina, itutulak mo sa gasoline station. At saka pare, kung may time, kaya pang hugasan nyo. Kasi binigay sa'yo malinis yan eh. Di ba?
Sino ba
Okay.
yan?
So,
Totoo lang. May nagkalinis yan na.
unang tanong, ano ba yan? Pangalawang tanong, nandito ba sa show natin ngayon?
Uy,
Pati sa
nag-sorry na ako,
comment.
Joan.
Tignan natin sa comment, baka
Joan,
nandito
Joan,
siya.
sorry.
Hindi, baka ituro ko si Sak eh. Hindi si Sak, mabait mag-review yan. Sabay kami dyan eh.
I think what I like about this whole moto chismis thing, pagbabasahin mo yung mga caption, mga status, nakakatawa siya. But at the same time, may laman din naman. I mean, there's a lesson to be learned then it's courtesy lang naman pag isole, di ba? Yung mga
Yeah, that's the word.
Like for example, siguro meron akong isang motor, sumemplang ako. Ito sa Honda Beat.
Yeah.
I was testing the brakes.
On the beat pa.
Tumulong ka.
Ulog ako kasi may brakes namin, may part doon na may buhangin na hindi ako sanay kasi may construction na nagulat ako. Wala naman siyang ABS. Kayod ako semplang. So I called up Honda. I said, pasensya na po. I'll pay for the part. You have to say naman na you offer to. Siyempre, you have to offer, di ba? That you have to pay. Sinira mo di ba? Ganun ba?
Miski hindi totoo.
Okay, sandali. So,
But Honda being Honda,
Biro lang.
sabihin nila, hindi, okay lang yan, Zach. Okay, pero, ba? Sabihin, I still want to pay for my damage show.
Sak, normally, di ba, insured sila bago ibigay sa'yo. Bihira
For the
yung
small
bikes na...
bikes, hindi lang akong aware kung yung bikes, oo. I'm not sure to what extent yung mga small bikes insured is. So, kasi
Yeah,
sometimes
I
it's
think now.
waivers.
Yeah. That's the trend now. They don't release bikes na hindi registered una at hindi insured. Kasi
Correct.
masakit sa ulo sa kanila yan. 'Di ba? Ang ano dito diyan, yung sinasign nyo sa waiver, ang dami kasi nagtatanong eh. Actually, hindi concern ng manufacturers yung bike. Secondary lang 'yon. Ang concern nila yung rider, pag nasaktan, tapos sisisihin yung manufacturer, sisisihin yung produkto, minsan kagagawa ng rider. So they advise us, tayong mga nagre-review, to, do it with care, di ba? And responsibility. Hindi yung
Let's go,
pare.
Going to what Zach said earlier.
Papahiram nila eh.
Wait, going to what Zach said earlier, ano ba yung lessons that we can take from this? So from you guys, everybody here has borrowed motorcycles. What's your best practice when you do borrow a motorcycle from a brand?
Ako?
O, sino
Ay,
muna?
sino na?
Go ahead, Darius.
Ako
According
muna.
to age ba to? Bigyan mo na ba?
Standard muna.
Ako muna.
At
Anyway,
least man lang pag gasolinahan nyo.
Hindi, tama yan. Back. Pero ako, pare, I treat it as my own. Na iniisip ko, ginastosan ko, akin to, so I'll take care of it. Hindi to hiram, tapos yung nag-pretend ka na people would ask you, wow, ang ganda ng Harley mo bago ba yan? Hindi mo sinasabing, demo unit. Yung parang ngiti-ngiti ka na
Uy, sino yan?
Demo unit. Sabi mo, demo unit. Pinapang to. Pwede
Professional
mo,
ba yan?
sabi mo, huwag mo na ibagsak. Di ba? Huwag mo angkinin. Parang pagyayabang mo na sa'yo. Di ba? Yun ang advice ko. Then, sino sunod? Sino yung sunod na matanda dyan?
Oh, Zach.
So one of the things na challenges ko with bike reviews is kunyari napupuno ng garahe tapos may tropa darating. Di pasubok naman yan, no? Diba? Mga kababata mo. And then you have to stand your ground na wag kasi kung may mangyari dyan, ikaw yung accountable. And anything can happen. I mean, even death, di ba? Pinahiram mo yung motor, may namatay, kakargo mo yun. So number one, be responsible enough and kaya mo mag-no kung may hihirit na tropa na para pa isang ikot naman, huwag na. Kung nangyari pa sa'yo, di ba? Yan ang mga ibang sakit ng ulo. So if you have that in yung mindset na ganun, I mean, meron ka ng care kagad dun sa motor. While still trying your best to push and test it to the, to its limits in a realistic way na pang araw-araw, di ba? So yun. Basically,
i-comment ko, si Mark Song sabi niya, baliktad ako. I treated like it's not like your own because I've seen how Mark treats his bikes
Yan ang barubal.
Mark.
Barubal.
Yan ang barubal. Mark Barubal Song.
Ikaw, Maki, ano yung advice mo?
Ang tinuro sa akin ni Maynard, pag mag-iram ka ng motor, sa uli mo ng malinis, pa-car wash mo, tapos pa-full tank mo syempre. Ito yung pinaka-importante. Pag sinabi, ibalik mo within 3 days, huwag ka nang lumagpas. Kasi yung iba, syempre, extend pa, tapos, di ba, gagamitin pa sa ibang ride. Syempre, with due respect to other people, you give it on time. Kasi, di ba, syempre, kunyari, ikaw, nakapila ka doon. Tapos, ay, hindi, naka-jolly pa rin. Ay, naka-back pa rin, di ba? So, kasi, syempre, parang,
Freudian yan,
yun. Di ba?
Teka, parang nadulas,
Di ba, syempre, pagka masyadong matagal, nakaka-bad trip yun. Syempre, bigyan natin ng respeto yung ibang tao. Lalo na sa yung mga nagkakapila, ganyan. Yun.
sorry, may
Okay.
dumaan ng aeroplano. I live right next to the airport.
Merville.
Yeah, as Merville.
Nakatira sa runway.
Rin, pare, I'll share lang. Ito, I think very important to iba Yung mga nangihiram or pinahihiraman ng bikes, una alamin niyo yung riding skills level nyo. Pagka pinahiram kayo ng panigali at wala kayong track skills, huwag nyo nang gamitin, Brad. Huwag nyo nang pilitin. It's so powerful bike. Yung riding position niyan, hindi nyo alam. Tapos matangkad yung bike Number one reason ko yun why I decline many adventure bikes. Pag hindi ko abot, pare, matik yun. I won't force it. Nakakaya pag binagsak mo, tsaka pwede ka masaktan. Pagka nabagsakan ka ng bike Hindi porky-pogi yung bike, naku, kunin ko yan. Wala, hindi mo abot o pala, hindi mo kayang i-control yung power. Di ba? I think that's important.
Another thing I realized, wanting to add, kunyari, know also the limits of your skill. For example, or your situation, kung feel mo ba, hahatawin mo. Hindi. I remember this one trip, na KTM kasi that's like the fastest media marketing group ever. Over Ducati, over BMW. It's just the way that group is, diba? Yung world media marketing group nila. So anyway, baragan sila sa Morocco. So nagpaalam na ako. Sabi ko, I am up for off-road and let's try to keep up. But kasi that was the time 2 months na lang natitira at mga anak na si Mrs. with Rocket. So my mind was more on, I'm gonna take this easy. I'm in another country. Ayoko ma-sampler. And true enough, everybody fell. I got into an accident there. Yung katabi kong kasama ko media, nabali yung pinky niya dahil lumipad siya, sumabit. So, mga little things like that. Morocco kasi buhangin, soft, tapos hard patch, and then soft. So, it's sugal. Bahala na lahat. So, yun. So, paalam mo na hindi ako hahataw in this ride and tell them na in this review, I will only go this much para na-manage yung expectations when you come out with your feature as well. So yeah, be transparent with your skill.
So
I think Zach remembers yung nag-BMW ride tayo, launch ng F900R. Remember that, Zach?
Spain.
Bago ng lockdown. Yes, sa Spain. I'm not sure kung naalala ni Zach na sinasalo ko ng mga Germans dahil sobrang tangkad nung S1000XR. Pare, pag take off ko, hinahawakan nila yung bike, hanggang pagbalik ko, sinasalo nila. Kasi I was telling them, hindi ko abot yan. But sabi na, sige, basta sasaluhin ka namin. But sa harap pa lang nila, sabi ko, no, I won't test the bike kasi sobrang tangkad. But they insisted. So sabi ko, saluhin niyo ako. But ganun nga, aminin mo na yung weakness mo para ma-avoid yung accidents, di ba? Di naman nakakaya yun.
So before we move on to the reason why Sir Zach is here, I'm just gonna read yung mga comments sa mga kaibigan natin that also borrow bikes and do reviews, no? Si King Senko, clean it before you return it. At may gas man lang din sana sa tangke. Okay, so I'll give you a lesson on what you shouldn't do. Kasi si Maki nanghiram ng motor right before he flew to Japan. Yung Metropolis. Alam ni Maki at natat ako, gusto ko talaga itry yung Metropolis kasi naghahanap ako ng scooter na steady, kaming dalawa ni Grace. Yung 3 gulong.
Yeah.
Si Maki brought it to my house. Pero sinabi ni Maki kila Motostrada, di ba, Maki? Alam nila na sa akin. Nagpaalam si Maki. But ako, when I had it, I used it a lot. I washed it. I put a full tank. Ako mismo yung nag-power wash. And I returned it. So, agree, King? Full tank and clean the bike.
I have a tip
para
yung wheel gassing up thing. You can do that as the last part of your review when you're measuring mileage and consumption. Kasi pa-ending na review mo, to check the consumption, kailangan mo talaga i-full tank. Rin na yung huling gawin mo para menos gastos. I mean, if you're really conscious about gassing up little scooters at diba? 3 liters. But yeah, that's one thing, diba? Yun yung huli. Di pag full tank mo, nakuha mo na yung sukat, then garahe mo na. Ready for pickup. So that's one.
Then si Echo.
May i-add ako.
Bak.
Yung mga marketing din naman na nagpapahiram, salain nyo naman yung pinapahiram nyo.
Yeah, that's also true. And when I've encountered, sorry, it's another plane. I encountered mga bikes na dumating sa akin, hindi nakakabit yung baterya, things like that. Like, ay, mandar to. And then, meron ako naranasan, biglang nag-stall na lang ako sa gitna packet ng Marilake. Pagbukas ko ng gas tank, diesel yung nalagay.
Whoa!
So, this was a super high-end bike, I just won't say. But yung mga little things like that, kagulo sila lahat. And then, syempre, human error na yan as opposed to the performance of the bike. So, yung mga ganyan, kailangan talaga maayos. One, it's waste of time, di ba? Sayang yung araw sa pag-shoot and mga ganun. Tapos isa pa, kung meron kang kailangan i-tweak, ipaalam rin. Kunyari, manufacturer, kakalkalin ko yung suspension, okay lang ba? Paturo pa paano, parang feeling ko medyo squishy. Yung mga ganun, coordinate with them as opposed to magmamarunong tayo to start tuning the bike. Little things here and there, kami masira. Yeah.
I'll add another thing. Si Maki, nung hinatid niya yung Metropolis sa bahay, sabi niya, oh, this is how it works, ganon, tinurn over. Pero sabi ko, Maki, wala bang handbrake yan? Hindi ba nalalak yun? Kailangan mo talaga ang bigat center stand. Oo, kailangan eh. Hindi nagbabasa ng manual. May manual sa loob. May lock, may handbrake yun para hindi mo kailangan yung center stand. So my tip is, read the freaking manual. Pangalawa, si Moto, sabi niya, pinahiram siya ng Pan America. Mahal yun.
Yeah, Harley.
And hindi niya hinataw, hindi niya kasi natakot siya kasi wala siyang pambayad pag nasira. And same thing with Moto. Sabi niya, borrow what you can afford kahit parts man lang. So that's another thing, right? If you're gonna borrow a bike and anything goes wrong, nagmamotor tayo, may risks yun. 'Di ba? So you never know what can happen. Kahit wala kang kasalanan, something can happen. So be ready to face if anything does go wrong. Katulad ng isa dito. Di ba si Gino, bumili ng Ducati, di ba? No, just kidding. Fake news yan, fake news. Napabili.
Guys, pag nag-breakdown yung bike, never yung i-attempt na DIY. Call the bike dealer or the bike company. Hayaan nyo silang mag-rescue sa inyo at i-report nyo nung mahusay what happened to the bike. Huwag nyo kakalikutin. Especially with the electronics now, baka dalhin nyo sa Sapra o dalhin nyo kung saan, mayayari lang yung bike.
Ako may
Sapra pa ba?
Matututo ko.
Wala na Sapra!
Yeah, that's a big,
Kaya nga yung binanggit ko eh.
so that's an opportune moment.
Wala
It's
na
an
yung
opportune
Sapra.
moment to also test and see how the manufacturers will respond. Like for example,
Vespa, your Vespa video.
yeah, I broke down in Insta.
Oo.
And then I called them, na-stall po ako dito sa Vespa. I need help. I don't know what to do. Ayoko magmarunong dito. Exactly like what Aris said. And they went there, and then natatawa na sila, Sir Zach, buti lang tumawag ka sa akin, pero napakadali lang to. Maluwag lang yung terminal ng baterya. Sabi ko, naman, ayoko, baka may mangyari pa dyan, ayoko magmarunong talaga. So tama, Aris is spot on with that. Let them
May kikwento ko. May nangiram ng demo bike. Tapos, tumawag sa akin. Sabi, ayaw mag-start. Puntahan niyo ako dito sa service road. So kami, may mekaniko kami, punta kami doon. Tapos, pinush-start namin, umandar. Sir, nakababa yung yung stand.
simple things like that, di ba?
Binigyan kami na 100 para wag na daw kami magsalita.
Anong year yung 100 na yan?
Baka
Hindi ko sasabihin kung sino. Hindi ko sasabihin kung sino, pero matagal na yun.
Sabihin mo na.
Basta.
So Yamaha yan.
Hindi. Biker box yan.
Biker box.
Bawa mali
Kilala ko
Pagpunta na. Ha?
Kilala ko.
Yeah.
Oo naman. Hindi, basta, di ko sasabihin. Mamaya, sasabihin ko sa inyo kung sino.
Alam niyo si Zach, yung demo bikes niya nakapila sa bahay niya. Punong-puno ng bikes yun, pare. Hindi ko nga alam paano niya namamanage eh.
Actually,
Yung garage-
nagkataon lang, because of my situation, I need to go to the US kasi during the time pandemic, na-stuck si Rocket doon, wala namang bakuna, di ba? So, praning kami lahat.
Yeah.
With my situation now, we were having a hard time coming up with a baby. So, very praning kami. Hindi pwede ganyan-ganyan. So, when I'm in town, doon, naiipon siya. Pero normally, kung nandito lang talaga ako, maganda naman yung pacing eh. Nakikipila ako sa ibang reviewers. Kung may mauna, sure, no problem. And then after that, mas gusto ko nga yan eh. Pag talagang nandito na ako, pag mahaba yung stretch ko dito, kasi nakaka-overwhelm minsan pag, andyan na ako, game, tapos biglang sabay-sabay dumating, oh my goodness.
Alam ko,
Yeah,
pupunuin
balik ako eh. Yun ang nangyari, naiipon.
Okay, so speaking of new bikes and exciting bikes that are coming, Zach, what's happening in Makina?
Okay, so it's a good thing you asked that. Let me get my little cheat sheet here. So it's happening April
Lakihan mo
14,
siya.
15, and 16, Makina Moto Show. And good news is that if we're talking about attendance of motorcycle manufacturers, we have 29 brands that are going to
Grabe,
be
ah.
setting up. Yeah, so that's literally Rusi lang wala. Name any brand there, Rusi lang wala. And there are going to be sister companies, like for example, may Sasawsaw with another company, but technically it's the same company. They just choose to not display their bikes, but the attendance is pretty good. And to answer the whole Rusi thing, they're just in a completely different world. They can survive. I got to talk with one of the owners, and they're just like, we're the base. People start with us first and move on to other bikes. We don't really need to market our bikes. So, ganun talaga sila. So, expect launches from Kimco, Italjet, Ducati, BMW, Suzuki, Yamaha, Harley-Davidson, Honda, CF Moto, Peugeot, Kawasaki, KTM, Ziho, Piaggio Group, Bristol, Triumph, Benelli. Wheeltech has something up their sleeve. Yun. Those are the bike.
Dami.
Pwede ba kami mag-guess ng anong mga motor ilo-launch?
Sure, but here's the thing. They won't even tell me. That's how crazy secretive these manufacturers are.
O, kami magsasabi.
Kasi kunyari, parang, they don't trust me eh. Parang si Zach to, baka spill the beans na kay gantong manufacturer. Yung ganun, they're really just watching out for the launch. Don't tell anyone.
Ako guess ko sa BMW, yung 100 years na R90. That thing is beautiful.
That makes sense because it's the only one right now that came out. Unless there's something that they kept, di ba? Nakita mo na in person. Yung nakita in person eh. Wow, how's it
Ang
different?
ganda, Zach. Sobrang ganda.
Sobrang nilayo ba? Is it a different tank or at least? Or...
Yeah. The aesthetics, pare. Parang ayaw mo sakyan kasi gusto mo na lang tingnan. Sobrang ganda.
The other thing I like about it, and I don't get why this is the case. Yung standard na R90, may interior pala yun.
Really?
Yeah.
Yung 100 na R90, walang interior. Tubeless na siya.
Wow.
You know nga, iba. Merong variant ang R90 na magnesium wheels. Pag magnesium siya, tendency, may interior, tubeless. Alam mo yung scope niya, pag sa sentro siya, yung ganyan, para may may interior. Pag yung ganun siya, pare walang interior yon. Doon mo siya mahuhuli. And I think
That's so weird. BMW has had that technology forever, right? Yung walang interior. But
maybe they wanted it to be pure old
like
school.
that. Yeah.
And then they realized people were complaining about it. Lagyan na natin ng tubeless tong bago.
Yeah.
So yung tangke iba na. I just saw the pictures. I thought they just added aesthetic stuff. They changed little things here as big as
pretty.
Sige.
It's beautiful. Ikaw,
I think I heard 1.7 million SRP.
1.8. That's a 719 option design. 1.8. But di ba yung pinakamura nun, nasa 1 lang eh. Yun na ata yung pure. Yung isa yung...
nasa 1M na? The pure before was 800,
9, yeah. Tumaas na. We asked Spencer why. Pero
limited yung 100 edition. I forgot how many units, pero there are only parang 60 units lang yata yung papasok dito sa Pinas.
May isa na kay Aris.
I am sure. Ubus yun.
Maki, anong hula mo?
Ako, nakita ko na eh. Sa cover photo. May mga nagpo-post eh. Pero hindi pa naman daw sure yun. Pero bakit nila pinapost sa cover photo?
Yung manufacturer.
Ano?
Hindi, ako gusto kong makita in person yung MV Agusta Super Veloce na Agostini. Parang last year pa siya nilabas eh, pero parang ngayon lang siya darating sa Pilipinas. So, yun yung pinaka-excited ako makita. Kasi nanalo yun ng Bike of the Year last year sa EICMA. So, nasubukan ko na rin siya dati. Pinahiram ako ng bike. So, hindi ko naman binarubal
Guys,
Ginamit ko
guys,
lang.
let me mention this. Let me mention this. I
Hiniram
congratulate ko
ko
lang
lang.
si Zach kasi I think this is the
Hinugasan
year
ko.
na,
Ha?
I mean, this is the year kay Zach na ang daming brands na sumali. Halos lahat na eh. Wala ka nang tinira Zach sa iba eh. Nasa iyo lahat.
I think it was a mixture of yung atat na the pandemic was really awful for everybody, for events, for
Yeah.
people, especially riders who by nature we like going out, not because it's just the two wheels, it's the feel that you're out. You know, you're feeling the wind, cliche as it may sound, and you're just out there as opposed to, you know, being in four wheels. I'm just saying, ibang the epekto sa nagra-ride na pag, uy, eto na, look at Iron Man, look at how that turned out also for
Yeah.
this year. Everybody just wanted to go out already. So I think it was a timing thing as well. So yun.
Hindi, parang Zach, nagpunta ka ng EICMA, di ba? Ilang beses na.
Yeah, that's
Just-
my inspiration
Yeah,
actually.
but sa EICMA, Zach, I think you know eh. The big brands are, leaving the show, di ba? Sa'yo, iba eh. Pumunta sa'yo lahat eh.
Funny thing, I
Paano ba
went to the last year sa EICMA. Nakita ko yung mga international KTM, BMW guys. Wala kasi sila this year kasi they're taking it easy
Yes.
with their funds. Kasi EICMA
Yes.
is very, very expensive. You're looking at, I think, 500,000 euros. Pinag-uusapan dyan, sulog niya taon-taon. But, so they were walking around naka-plane. What are you guys do? What are you guys walking around? Where's your booth? No, Zach, we're just going around and scouting the competition. And then, okay. So, babalik sila na next year. Kumbaga, easy-easy sila. Titignan lang nangyayari. And then, kasi naka-ano na sila, t-shirts. Sabi ko, ito yung BM guy, ito yung KTM guy. Sila lang.
So, babalik din pala. Babalik
Yeah, they
din.
want to go back. But I think it has to be a give and take with EICMA organizers. They have to manage their prices too, because this is not the same. Unlike Southeast Asia and Asia, wherein the economy of motorcycles actually were virtually unaffected because of, it's compared to big bikes in the West, iba promeno talaga sa pagbili. Dito baliktad eh. I mean, if you talk to media from our neighboring countries, Indonesia, maayos yung mga sales nila during the pandemic. So, I guess, pero ngayon, take it easy pa rin lahat. Alalay pa rin. It's not like all out. And I think it also helped because of what I've seen and experienced in EICMA is one, we try to make sure that everybody gets equal space. It's not because a manufacturer can afford a whole block that they can just buy everything. So it's just going to be, it makes the bike speak for itself as opposed to the booth screaming at you, diba? You go there,
Ganun na ginawa mo?
Yeah, everybody
Ganun-
pantay. Yeah, last
Ganun
year.
ginawa mo, Zach?
Yeah,
The same?
100 square meters
Wow.
lahat pantay, walang pwedeng.
Wow.
Ang daming manufacturers, Zach, we wanna buy 3. Sabi ko, pasensya na po, pantay-pantay lang muna tayo. So even a startup manufacturer will have the same space as a big shot.
Wow.
Decades.
Yeah.
So maging sa rider, motor na nakikita natin dito, hindi booth masyado. Hindi.
May tanong
Galing,
yung isang kaibigan namin, kasama namin ni Maki at ni Aris sa Cebu, sa Tourism Promotion Board, yung Moto Tourism ride nila, si Suki Moto. Sabi ni Suki Moto, mas mura po ba sumali sa Makita kesa sa IR? Because honestly, Maki and I were in IR.
And look at how si Bak talagang tumatawa na no.
And
Wala, may pinapanood ako iba.
there,
Okay.
I mean, just to be honest, not all the brands were there, no?
Mhm.
And considering
go
the
ahead.
market is growing stronger in the Philippines, and then all of the brands are there, so I think Sukimoto has an interesting question.
In terms of pricing kasi, since IR and Makina is similar in the same way in the sense that we are both we have a media platform. So our avenues to place is not just the show. We have the online aspect. In IR's case, they had the magazine as well before, and they also have their online thing. So it's hard to ascertain or determine who's cheaper or what because meron kang plus na pwede mong isama kay manufacturer sa online with Makina when you're trying to sell a spot. Like, okay, hey, you're gonna join Makina. Thank you so much. If you join, I'll give you 1 year in Makina Online. Maybe I can help you promote and you guys can do placements. So that's added value versus the money. And that I don't know. I don't know what the style of IRS is with that. But that's what I do. I'm just being transparent. If I can help out on the online aspect, kasi di naman talaga events company si Makina. We're online media. That's the core. So, yun.
Ang ganda
Very
naman ng safe
formoso,
answer
oh.
na yan.
May magpapaagaw pa daw ba ng ano? May magpapaagaw
Parang-
pa ba ng helmets?
Parang taga United Nations yung sumasagot no?
But again, I honestly don't think that it may be a price issue kasi I think naman with what IR has accomplished the past few years, hindi mo matatanggal sa kanila yung nagawa nila. So it could be a price thing. It could be baby Makina is doing a lot of online bawe for the that the manufacturers can appreciate. And United Nations, thank you so much for your time.
May magko-convert ba?
Hey, Zach, I remember, nagkagulo yung some vloggers last Makina Show I mean, it was traumatic for many. Anong gagawin mo this year to prevent that? I mean,
so one of the big changes that we're doing right now, we're strictly following the program schedule. Yung mga in-email ko sa inyo mga media, you saw naman, take turns with that. And then yung sound system natin this year is gonna be centralized. So no one, only
Yun.
organizer has control. So hindi pwedeng may nagpaparo-paro dito or may nagti-TikTok sound sa bayan. Although last year, Makina naman like that. We're gentle with the sound guys. Pakihinaan, we have rules. Ayaw natin bayuhan dito. Kasi nakakapagod. I mean, in EICMA, hindi naman ganun People get to talk to their customers. You get to talk to business. It's not
Sakit sa ulo.
So last year, maintained naman yung sound. But this year, we took the extra step. We were connecting the sound system, the wires via CAT ba tawag doon? Sina XL na nag-asikaso. But basically, pantay. You're gonna hear one sound lang talaga dahuta. Walang clashing tunes here and there. And if it's not your
please.
yeah, and
Matanda
if it's
na kami,
not your
Zach.
turn,
Hindi namin
Sorry?
kaya yung... Matanda na kami. Hindi na namin kaya yung lahat ng
so
ingay.
sensitive.
yeah, it's not, you don't absorb. It becomes like an overload of senses na pag uwi mo, ano ba nangyari sa event? Na, parang naguguluhan ako sa pag-event. So,
No, and you can't talk to the brands. You can't talk to people. You can't ask them questions. They're like, ano.
tsaka
I
if you
want
let
that event.
yung term nga ng mga sound system is nagkakaroon na daw ng bastusan kasi kunyari may nil-launch yung isang brand, papantayan ni competition, palakasan, sinisimple, ang gulo na. So, now we have control. Although nagko-cooperate naman sila the previous years, pero ngayon, mas may control talaga kami. Kung turn na ni brand X, everybody patay. They can't jack up, they have no control. So sila lang. So magiging take turns sila. So that's one of the
Nice.
changes. And then number 2, one of the changes
So
that everybody
approve.
has to mix, they have to augment mga meet and greet nila with their ambassadors. Kailangan may bouncers na sila. We can't allow yung mga promos that will create tension with the crowd, like batuan na shirts or stuff like that. So, but when we spoke to them naman this year, they're cooperative naman kasi with a crowd that massive, safety is number one priority. So LGU is going to be on board, Bureau Fire, SMX Security is there, Makina bouncers, and the individual bouncer security ng bawat exhibitors are gonna have their thing as well.
Baka kulang pa bouncers mo Merong 4 dito. Pwede kami mag-slide.
Apply kami. Ang maganda yan, habang nagba-bouncer, sumasayaw din.
Parang si Eruption.
Eruption is coming, by the way. He's showing up with So I don't know what you're up to. Nagmamatar na si Eruption
So in short, magkakaroon na ulit ng sibilidad.
Oh yeah, we want naman our shows to be like that. And at the end, when the manufacturers and the exhibitors realize the value of being able to talk to your customers, to your dealers, mas maayos mas you'll sell more. In other words, the bottom line, you'll be able to sell more if you understand each other as opposed to
Yep.
Cargado ko yan? Oo. Size 17? Oo.
Kuya, bili kayo, kuya.
So that's what we
Sir!
Saka ito, request ko ng
70%
manufacturers. This came from them that this is something that Zach nung last year and the year before the pandemic, they were thinking, Zach, okay ginawa mo yung sounds ganyan lang. Aikma, that's the peg. That's what we did.
So what else are you going to be doing differently, Zach, this year?
Motobuild.
Moto Builds is now going to be a showcase. That's an interesting story that I want to take on too, because how this thing evolved to what it is now was because of how the manufacturers were trying to. Basically, I can't blame them. They were trying to max out the money that they're spending, and honestly, the custom scene I feel already reached its peak, and it should have died down like what 7 years ago, but it's still there for some reason.
Hindi na ba uso yung Orange County choppers?
Wala, they're just there, but alam mo yung hype na, okay, remember, di ba yung mga Return of the Cafe Racers, that thing happens like every decade. There's a strong spurt of about 5-6 years, then mawawala. This time, when this thing came back 2008, tibay, hanggang to the point, BMW did the R90, Ducati did the Scrambler, and then Honda did their Cafe Neo, whatever. Everybody started their own version of a custom bike off the shelf. So that sustained this thing for the longest time. And now, I'm just surprised it's still there. You know, I just got back from India for TVS. They just launched the Ronin na ganun din. Custom yung tirada nila doon. So, the manufacturers, when they joined Moto Builds Pilipinas back in 2015, they liked the idea, but they were already positioning themselves na syempre sila dapat bibitahin. So here comes this point in time that I had to face wherein how do I keep Moto Builds in a place na nakatungtong na tayo sa SMX while at the same time keeping manufacturers happy because they're basically paying a very expensive place. Sayang naman nasa SMX ka na tapos biglang balik na naman tayo Tiendesitas. Parang di ba? We're trying to push custom in our own little way. What happened last year, the Moto Builds Pilipinas took a backseat na eh. Even if I tried to put it in front, even if I had a special 2-hour awarding ceremony, iba na talaga yung dating. And I was talking to them already saying, hihiwalay ko na Moto Builds Pilipinas. I think it doesn't make sense to put them in one show anymore. Ayaw nila. They're like, Zach, gastos na naman yan. Just keep it in one show and we'll support. Ganun na. And diba, what can I do? I can't naman negotiate if that's what manufacturer wants. So what's happening now is going to be just a showcase, no competition. So yes, it is an expo, but again, I got this idea from EICMA because you go to EICMA, you have the understanding it is an expo, but there's a big chunk there. If you walk through, na puro custom, no competition, and they're just showing who's hot, good garages, and all of that. So that's what I'm doing this year. And the Moto Builds Pilipinas competition is going to transfer to World Trade Center in June sa show naman ni Gio sa All About Wheels Manila. Kasi Gio's design babagay na dun si Moto Builds Pilipinas. So sabi ko, Gio, you wanna take the competition part? Sabi niya, yeah, Zach, game. Let us do it. Okay, so I always felt Moto Builds is for everybody. I mean, I never had any sort of ownership in that sense. Na sa akin lang ibigay kay Gio. You wanna do the competition? Sa akin showcase lang muna. Kasi iba na, wala na sense eh. Diba? So yeah, that's the new thing happening this year.
Meron bang mga bands, Zach? I know you're into, di ba, music din. May mga live bands doon sa Makina.
Ginawa namin yung live bands the start of Moto Builds Philippines 2015-16 because it made sense. It was part of that culture. Doong recent Makina Lady Riders of the World, we had bands doing bike night for lady riders. That was also fun. Pero pag expo, medyo praning ako. I don't want to have a chance na alam mo, biglang nagsasayawan ito sa hall. It's still an expo. And then I did, LGU was very clear. Sabi niya, if this is an expo, then treat it as such. Let's not put entertainment. Para hindi magulo yung present, yung when you're applying for a permit. This is a concert. Point. So, wala. Siguro so, we can do a moto band thing in another event maybe. But for this one, ano lang talaga siya. Mga launches ng bikes natin.
Meron pang parang may nabalitaan ako na may malaking gathering ng Vespa sa first day ng Makina
Sunday, I think. I think that's a Sunday.
May Moto Chismis dyan, di ba, Aris?
Yeah. Sabi mo kanina, diba?
Ano ba yung happening sa mga Vespa? Ano ba yung chismis dyan?
parang merong involvement yung some Vespa club sa Makina Show. And let Zach talk about it.
Yeah. Basically,
Sak magre-reveal.
hindi, ang alam ko lang, VCOP, Vespinas, they're all invited, of course. And I think Vespinas has a gathering 6 a.m. to 9 on Sunday, and then the direction is show. Yan ang when I spoke with the presidents. Of course, we want to invite active the movers and shakers sa clubs, laking bagay yun. They're the ones out there promoting, wearing their colors, diba? So the club, medyo mano din puso natin sa mga clubs, mga motorcycle clubs. So they're all invited.
Uy, may nagtatanong, magkano daw yung entrance pala?
150 pesos. And if you are a customer of any of the exhibitors there, you get 50% off. So, kunyari, dumating ka doon, I'm a Honda customer. Tapos pinakita mo yung susi mo, you're just gonna pay 75. I mean, you have to be a non-rider to pay 150 pesos full price. I mean, I cannot imagine anybody going there na, di ba? Ultimo gloves ng accessory, basta meron kang something about motorcycles, you get 50 off.
Okay lang kung may tunay na rider sticker, may discount rin.
Absolutely.
Yun!
Teka.
Teka. Let's make it even better. Pag may tunay na rider na sticker, libre na sila.
Yun!
And then, siguro nasa helmet na napakita nila. Tunay na rider, baby. Come in. Diba? Yun na yun.
And then,
Go to the guest room.
Pero pwede din kayo mag-donate sa amin, ha? I-flash ko yung Gcash ko mamaya.
Ang dami kong
Yung 150
binibigyan
na
yan.
ibabayad nyo, sa amin nyo na lang ibili ng sticker.
Ang dami kong binibigyan yan dati. Ayaw tanggapin. O ngayon.
For people who know, for people who don't know Zach, pare, si Zach is isa sa mga taong andaling kausap yan, pare. Diretso, sasabihin niya kung pwede o hindi ka niya bibitinin, pare. So kung ano lang, halimbawa, di ba Zach? I
remember my first time kasi with Aris is in Malaysia. 2017 ata yun. Ano si Aris? Yeah. I'm curious ako sa mga stories niya as someone who's done this much longer than I am. And I say that with all due respect, without any age parinig or anything. Kasi totoo naman, we kilala natin si Aris from the dailies and all that. So,
The daily.
No tayo ng ano. I know Aris is a family man, but he's just papatawa lang siya. Kasi sa hotel, meron doon parang karaoke. Tara, inuman tayo doon. So nanonood kami dalawa lang doon. There's just girls singing. It wasn't bastos or anything. It's just that nasusuriya na ako na, uy, kasama si Aris, nagaya siya manood. Kulang na lang magkakaraoke kami. I remember that. That's a Honda event eh. Honda. Yes. That was my first encounter. Kwento, may mga beat siya from back in the day. So, ayan.
Yeah. Yun yung first time natin na-ride yung Africa Twin at saka yung XADV. Nag-aagawa pa tayo.
Take turns, my turn. Tapos picture. Diba? Exciting eh. Diba? Sometimes kasi during that time, hindi pa solid ang manufacturer sa big bikes. Minsan, sasakyan ba natin sa Pinas anytime soon? Diba? Kaya nakaka-atad. So, yun.
I remember, Zach, I taught you the technique. Yung, di ba naligo tayo sa ulan? And the convoy wouldn't stop dahil wala lang tayong raincoat.
Nabasa yung passport ko noon. Alala ko yun. Okay.
Ikwento mo sa what happened there.
Supot technique, di ba? Meron tayo supot technique. Nag-stop tayo sa gasolinahan.
Garbage plastic yung ginamit natin. At saka yung dyaryo. Anong ginawa natin sa dyaryo, pare?
Pang-absorb ng moisture. Alam niyo ba yun?
Right.
The moisture. So, ang dilema ko noon, passport ko was soaking wet. Kasi nagdidikit na ito. Sabi ko, oh my, parang uwi, di ba? Sira damage. So, yun, dyaryo, tapos talagang pinaarawan namin sa hotel. Yun. Yeah, I remember that ride.
Grabe,
Henorio is asking kung may tunay na rider jacket. No, but we have something better. We'll be giving away tunay na rider underwear designed by Maki and Buck. Yung logo ng tunay na rider, parang X sa puwet. So, limited edition.
May sample?
Thanks to our friends in Macbeth. Wala pang sample, pero si Maki and Buck are on it. Alam naman si Maki, secret talent niya talaga is like he supplies merch for everyone, man. Ang galing ni Maki dyan.
Zach, ginawa ko ng brief yan eh.
Zach, nga pala,
He's
Zach.
a good designer.
Merong interesting itong weekend na to, yung kasabay ng Makina Show is the auto show. And
Yes.
that would really divide the line, pare. Between car lovers and bike lovers. Di ba? Kasabay mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Auto show. Motor na.
Tama. Yeah.
Actually, I look at it this way naman as an opportunity kasi when nagkakaalaman kasi ang shows ng World Trade Center and what's happening this weekend, and if you're a fan of motorcycles or cars, like for me, I want to check out Mia's bigla because andun na ako di ba? So it's an opportunity to introduce to the car guys. Hey, look at what we're about in the motorcycle world. And sa mga nagmo-motor din, may show sila doon. So andun na I mean, it's such a convenient thing. Dalo ka dito, tawid ka lang ilang bloke, nandun ka na sa World Trade, di ba? So, yun.
Parang first time ko nakita yan na ganyan. Nagsabay siya.
Actually, first time namin
unintentional.
Unintentional. Yeah, ang show talaga ng Makina happens either May or June. Yung July last year was super late because pandemic. This year naman, this is the only weekend that was available for us. Kasi sabi na Zach, bumabawi ang SMX. We were just booking and booking and booking. We lost business for 2 years. So, sorry, yung May and June mo, wala na slot. We're available April, right after Holy Week. Sabi ko, okay, alam nga naman I'm gonna wait a full year, di ba? So, I bit the April schedule. So, unintentional, absolutely unintentional.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've got all the brands except for Rusi doing awesome things in motor brands, doing awesome things at Makina. We now will have a showcase of custom bikes. Who else will be there? What else can people expect? Like, what else will drive them to go?
We have guests coming in from around the world. We have the principals from Peugeot showing up. Italjet of the Massimo Tartarini clan. I mean, the son of the guy who started is showing up, meet and greet. So that's a absolute treat to Italjet owners and fans.
Wow.
Meron pang ibang mga surprise guests na even the manufacturers are not telling me. Basta Zach, prepare yourself. Puro sila ganun Okay.
Pupunta ba si Agostini?
Wow, that would be...
Maki. Parang crush mo yata yun
Pare, idol ko kasi yun, man. Yun ang GOAT ng racing Tsaka maganda talaga yung Super Veloce na lumabas last year.
Actually, yung mga manufacturers na parating, they're already booked. Iba, nagkataon, some of them cannot go anymore kasi kasabay naman ng Makina is the Canton Fair. Canton Fair that's the world.
Yeah, it's China,
everything
man.
under the sun. You're talking about anything from umbrellas to fake Ferraris or what. So, hirap kalaban yun. So, may mga iba na hindi makarating kasi they have to prioritize that. So, yun lang yung mga ganap for this year.
Meron bang naka-line up? Sorry ba?
No, go ahead.
Merong naka-line up ng mga seminars?
Sa taas. Yeah. The upper floor is also fully booked. Those meeting rooms, and if you're media, you'll probably get an email from them and an invite because they're going to be talking about new stuff like helmets and stuff like that. Of course, Angkas is the principal this year, and they're pushing for jobs naman. Yan ang tirada nila to introduce this. Admittedly, sina George, they created so many jobs because of Angkas.
Oh yeah. Your priority, George, is really the rider. That is the livelihood of the rider is the most important thing for George.
And I got to interview some of the riders. Some of them can get up to 65,000 a month.
Yep.
I mean, it's just how hard you work. Kung gusto mo easy, you earn a little bit less, and if you want something higher, diba? So, may ganun.
Question. With second floor, that's usually where Moto World has their little event area, no? Will they be there also?
Moto World's gonna be there, but they're on the main hall. The rooms upstairs, I'm not talking about the big halls upstairs. I'm talking about the meeting rooms, function rooms.
Okay, got it.
That's fully booked. So they're gonna have their own little talks there about certain products, launches, what's new for 2023. Halo. Helmet brands, everybody.
Sana may invite tayo.
I'll email you guys the Aren't you guys there's just so many media messenger groups. I just made the blast na please give me your email so you guys know the schedule. So alam nyo kung ano mangyari, like 12 o'clock, ayan, may launch na si Honda, you guys can go at that time. So give me your email address if you didn't get that the blast that I did. I'll send you the
Si
schedule.
Maki na bahala.
Oh, yeah. I'll send it to you, Mackie.
So definitely this is the motorcycle show of the year. You know, if you're not there, you're not part of the industry. This is you've made your mark, Zach. And how long did it take to build it and get to this point? Can you tell us about how because I was there day one, right?
Yeah. Literally,
You were
literally,
giving away. You gave me puesto. Yung ganon, di ba? Like from how long ago did it start to how it is now, man? Can you believe it?
First and foremost, in terms of business, in terms of sustainability, doon ako natutuwa. Because Makina is not my main business. This is something that I just really, really love doing. And I guess it will go back to the question of price, of why can Zach do certain price points at certain events, and how come I can do it at a certain level, perhaps lower than everybody else. It's because it's not my main thing. If I can sustain the event and it's paying for everybody, the crew, and there's enough for Makina to pay also what we have to do online, then that's it. Yung hardcore business na pera-pera lang, iba yun. I do that with other things. But this one is different. So in terms of how it was at the beginning, I just did it the way I did it. And I guess a big help is the training and what I learned in NU 107, because NU as a media company is what really shaped me and honed me and to do things and promote things the way I know how to do it now. How I do my reviews is because of how I was trained in NU. So radio was the cheat. Yun yung pinaghugutan ko. And kasi Makina was easy for me. I knew what to do with the review. I just want to do it this way, and that's it. So it was hard in the beginning, but easy at the same time because trust was established by a lot of people right away. I mean, we were just being very genuine in Makina. We didn't want to, bullshit anybody. And then this is what we have. This is what we can do. You want to do it? Okay. Are you lying down, Maki?
Yeah. Ganon
Okay.
ka professional kami
Parang
dito.
naiba lang yung angulo eh. Parang nag-push back. Yung... Parang
Sakit pa ng likod ko eh.
No, but from a scale perspective, Zach, like the first show you did versus today, like how many brands were there? How many number of people do you expect versus then?
Okay. Yeah. Last year we had close to 70,000. We had 60,000 plus. And this was numbers counted by SMX. This is not us. This is hardcore clicker nila kasi they need to keep tabs on what people who really went. Kasi kung organizer, they always blow things up. Ito certified ni SMX. This is what happened. And this is also the gauge of SMX on who they will award slots to the following year. Kasi if it's performing poorly, they will prioritize another organizer who can pull in more people. So that's their way of gauging. So that's why they have to be honest with their counting. So versus before, layo. Tiendecitas is but considering that was a pure motorcycle custom show. Dami pa ng tao. Kasagsagan mo. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man.
You see crazy builds here and there. And then
yeah,
samot-saring mga dyan. Ibang chismis din yan, mga builder chismis.
Oh yeah, grabe.
It's funny when the judges start, pag yung mga judges nag-grill na ng mga entries, and you can see uncomfortable na yung mga contestants kasi minsan they're just lying through their noses na, maandar ba to? Oo. Sige. Hindi kasi, wala nang baterya eh. Like, come on. Diba? Yung mga behind the scenes hindi nyo nakikita eh. Kasi syempre, binubuntot ang mga judges eh. Diba? Just watching what's going on. Mga little dramas here and there. Mga
and then yung mga judges na katulad ni Bak, yung nanggugulo, nagla-livestream habang nagja-judge sila.
Hindi ako yun.
Namimit yung
or was that si engineer? Diba? Both of you.
Matino ako mag-judge.
Zach.
Nagalit
Ito,
yun.
Iba. Isang ano ko na-notice ko kay Zach. Ilang Makina shows na napanood ko eh. He doesn't give a damn, I think, about ribbon cutting. Wala kang ribbon cutting ceremony, no? You just open the
I
gate.
thought it's no, with all due respect to other events who like doing that. Parang, papasukan niyo yung tao, andyan yung pila, game na, let's go.
Hindi, ang ginagawa ni Zach dati, yung unang tao na nakapila, doon, libre entrance. Tapos may cap siya, may t-shirt. So, alas 5 pa lang ng madaling araw, may nakapila na doon.
Pero we try to bring them in right
Motor
away.
show
Para,
yun eh.
kasi the sooner you bring people in, the sooner they're gonna go out, di ba? You just want a nice, good flow.
Wala nang mga
Motor show
speech.
yun.
Wala nang mga speech ng mga politiko.
Hindi naman LGU event yung pinuntahan nila doon. Ba't pa mag-ribbon cutting?
Yeah.
Wala
Kaso
ribbon
nga,
cutting.
I guess there are I feel certain events that would warrant that. Like, for example, a super high-end art exhibit, highbrow, maybe, mga ganong klase. Pero I don't know, for me, motorcycles, well, rock and roll. I just go in there. Pasok lang tayo. Saka alam mo, sa ugali, mga una po, I've seen everything. Like, ibang crowd, dediretso sa pagkain muna. They're gonna load up before they start walking around. May mga ganun. Iba naman, puro freebies na. May sako na silang dala. Pengin sticker. Talon. May collectors eh. May iba-iba. So, I've observed all of that through the years.
That, I mean, going back to what you said earlier, Zach, and I think this is part of the secret to Makinas and your success, no? What drives you is really this added layer of thought that you put into things, no? And what drives you is the passion for riding and motorcycles and the community. And if you have that, secondary yung pera eh. Diba? Because I remember you were doing, when you started this, it was really about the passion behind the motorcycle community and riding. That's what was your primary driver. And everything came after that eh.
Actually, first, Motobuilds Pilipinas was still under Radio Republic. Of course, you're familiar with that. That's how we met. And again, I'll say this story again. The reason why I had a big comeback for motorcycles because of Iba. He rolls in the Tao Corp compound. What Enfield? Wow.
RE. Yeah, first launched me, Jimmy. That was the first bike. I was with Aris in Top Bikes. And I wrote a review on it.
Maroon, di ba? Yung dala mo. You just rolled in the shop. Jimmy is an old pal because of the music scene. Called him up. Couple of distributor. Ayan, wala na. After that, wala na. Then the Vespa. Kaya wala na. Tuloy-tuloy na. It was, ito pa, I was telling pa nga iba, no, ayoko na magmotor. I'm getting married. Diba? Ayoko na. Be safe. Hindi yan. Sabi mo, you can get married first and then buy the bike. Diba?
Because I remember your commute. Your commute, the way I got you to get a motorcycle is kinikwento mo yung commute mo, Makati, Antipolo, and then Paranaque. And I was like, Zach, for your sanity, magmotor ka na. Oo. Kasi you were driving like an old car, di ba?
Yeah. That was
a European car or something.
I was driving our staff's Opel na wagon.
Yun.
What was that?
Yung station wagon na Opel. I remember that. So
yeah.
magmotor ka na lang. Because
I had an old 210 dati. And the 210 was getting really, I didn't want to deal with European sakit ulo. So, maganda yung suspension ni Opel. I went for that. And then parang ayoko na to gawin. Just to add to what you said about this whole passion thing, actually my biggest fear, the number one thing sa personality ko, ang biggest kinakatakutan ko is boredom. Yung that day, we're in, what am I gonna do? Wala akong gagawin. And I'm just gonna, alam mo yung nakatapat ka ng board, that's depressing ha. Wala kang magawang natutuwa ka. You're just bored. Wala kang motivation. Ang motor, go ahead.
Ganyan ako ngayon.
Boredom. Kasi parang the Makina channel gave me an opportunity again to go back in radio, to do plugs, to do commercial, creative things with the video, got me riding again. And that just, pag gano'n na yung level na at bay yung boredom mo, it doesn't stop. Tuloy-tuloy lang yan.
Tuloy-tuloy.
Every
So,
day is exciting on a motorcycle, man. Even if it's just commuting to work, diba? Even if I mean, it's better than a cup of coffee. It gets me up in the morning. It's the only reason I'll wake up at 5 a.m.
Mhm.
That nothing else will wake me up at 5 a.m. but going on a
All
ride.
right. By the
Diba?
way, I just want
So,
to make a quick shout out. Addicted ako dito sa ginger ale ni Maki. Have you guys tried this organic ginger ale ni
Yun,
Maki?
no?
anong halo? Anong halo?
Wala.
Ano lang yan?
It's local ba to?
Ginger, lemon, tapos probiotic.
Walang
Yan, St.
brandy?
Mary's.
Walang brandy?
Yan, no? St.
Gawa ni Maki.
Mary's.
Yeah,
Hindi,
yeah.
gawa
We should
yan ng
try it.
Pero
kaibigan ko.
kahapon I'm preparing myself for Holy Week. Maki, pengi 6. 6 na bote agad. Sarap
Hey,
eh.
Zach.
Okay, order kayo. Lahat ng
Tama-tama
nandito,
yan.
order kayo sa akin, ha?
Ayun.
Tama-tama yan para sa pabasa. Ganda ng boses mo.
ako, addicted ako dati sa soft drinks. But when I got this, my secret is hinahalo ko with soda water. Para medyo mas sparkly siya konti. Parang the best, man.
Order kayo. Magbebenta pala. Magbebenta ako sa moto show niyan. Sa likod.
Yeah.
Oh, what other people don't know, Maki has been behind the Makina Moto shirts and Motobills Philippines for the longest time. That's him. He's the one doing all those designs. Posters sa Makina, basically si Maki yung tumutulong.
Zach, I see you as a very busy guy. And you have a growing kid, a pogi kid, name is Rocket.
Dalawa na. Si Zach, dalawa na.
Yeah, meron na pala.
Oh, kaya medyo puwet-puwet basag sa po kami ngayon.
Yeah. How do you
Which
divide
means
your
that we
time?
have to buy another MV Agusta.
Oh my God.
How do you divide
Ako
your
ba?
time?
Yung isa naka-display dyan eh.
Kailangan mo talaga i-organize kasi especially magpo-4 na si Rocket and yung attention demand sa iba eh. Kasi pag baby, wala naman eh. They're just lying around there at the mercy of gravity, diba? Just lying down. Si Rocket kasi iba na eh. So yun, kailangan ayusin. You have to give up things too. You can't just, go out and party all the time and bigyan ng attention talaga. And it's gonna get busier. I have an announcement that I want to show publicly to you guys first.
Yun, Tuna and a Rider exclusive.
I have not shown this yet. And I'll show you what this is and you guys can pretty much figure out what I'm gonna be getting into.
Kotse?
Oh!
So, the thing here is, yung kwento dyan, since 2020, Zach, magkotse ka naman. Ayoko nga, pure tayo, motor. Diba? Tapos, eto, so I'm planning na may bringing the family over sa Pilipinas. Sabi ko, kailangan ko yung kotse dito ulit. So, that got me researching again. I had to understand, ano ba yung okay na kotse, pang pamilya, and all of that. And then sabi ko, parang gusto ko mag-review ng kotse. So, subukan niya natin. Trip lang. I mean, nothing crazy formal. It's not like, But I want to start. I want to do it the way how I like doing reviews. I mean, not too
Makina,
crazy.
Makina Auto Show.
Okay, so
Makina cars.
can I pitch someone who might be a great resource for you?
Sure.
This person has spent decades in the automotive media industry.
Oh, ba?
And medyo he's wasting his time on stupid podcasts.
Have I met him before? Not yet.
Feeling ko kilala mo yun eh. Si Aris Ilagan.
Oh!
Yun, no?
Teka,
Ano,
but you're still
respected
active
talaga
with,
yun.
with diba? Or wala na?
Yung alin?
Free agent yan. That's the only reason we got him.
Wala na yan. Freelance yan.
Wow.
No one more respected than Aris Ilagan in the
What an
industry.
honor.
I'm a full-time sex slave now. So I have to...
Para mas maganda ating ginagawa mo.
Kala mo ikaw lang gigolo
That's why si Aris. That's why nag-comment si Suki Moto, Aris, that one night na that unbelievable night that you guys spent together in our ride. Sabi ni Suki
I see.
Moto.
Yeah. We were roommates actually, just like Zach, pare. You know, when you become roommates with a riding buddy, mas malalim compared to just being riding buddies. You share
roommate
stories.
Oo,
Di ba?
nakikita mo din yung gamit na boxers ng isa, yung mga nagnanaknak na brief, mga
May butas.
Close na.
May butas.
diba?
Sabi ni Maki, kung roommate kami ni Maki, walang mangyayari. As in, wala. Sobrang chill kaming dalawa.
As in, tulog.
Matutulog lang kami. Shout out
Relax.
Sir John D. Si Sir John D. Yan, masarap kasama sa biyahe.
Andyan din
Thank
si
you,
Mr.
Sir John
Agus,
D.
oh.
John D. Lacson?
Oh.
Oo.
Hi, John D. Me and
Hindi,
John D
wala
have a...
dito. Pero nanonood yan minsan.
Next
Ah,
week,
okay.
he's on the show, no? We'll be talking about the convention.
Next week, si Sir John D will be our guest pala. Kasi we'll talk about the national convention that's happening in Davao.
Yan. Oh, they are BMW donated a GS triple black.
Oh my God.
And they're going to have they're gonna bid it out. What is it gonna be? How are they giving that bike? How are they getting Aris? Do you
Iba.
remember?
I think hindi siya totally donation. It's going out on an auction and 10% goes to, I think sabi ni John, 10% goes to the charity institution in Davao. So 10% ng proceeds will go to charity. And I think that's a good It's a good move. Kasi what makes that bike special, it's not only a BMW R1250 GS triple black. It will have the signature of President Duterte, former President Duterte. Meron siyang signature. And
Wow,
also
ang daming pumasok.
it comes with a
President Duterte, parang tumahimik lahat
it comes with a special plate. Hindi, kung hindi ka fan ni Duterte, then
hindi tayo political. Love all. Love all.
Yeah. But yun yung nila, selling point nila. It comes with the signature of President Duterte and also a special plate that is approved by the LTO. That alone, sabi ni John, would cost 35,000. Yung plate pa lang. Yung signature ni President Duterte, hindi ko alam how much that cost, but
It depends with the result
Moving
of
on.
the ICC.
Moving along.
I
All
mean,
right, before we wrap up, it's a holiday. Maki's falling asleep. He's been on the road all day. Buck
15
just came
hours,
down
pare.
from 15 hours. Buck just came down from Mount Pulag. And matanda na si Aris.
Grabe.
There's something I saw that was going viral this week, I think. There's a vlogger. I won't say the names anymore, just just to not get into trouble. But there was a crime that was committed. And I don't know if you guys saw this. He basically followed them, had his wife video the people who committed that crime. And it was like super vigilante. It didn't seem like he was reckless or anything. But he followed the people who had stolen the bag of someone. May nag-comment ng comment.
Kay Jen.
I don't want to comment names. But
his name is Jet Lau.
yeah, I know.
With the guy. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
There's his name.
Anyway,
I mean, it's already there.
I'm just trying to be safe. But my thoughts are, what are your thoughts on that kind of action? Kind of using your motorcycle as a vigilante, as Batman, with your wife in the back.
But what happened? How did they apprehend the Sawatan?
Yeah, I think so. Kasi kita yung mukha nung rider. Yung magnanakaw. You call them magnanakaw.
Oh, yung magnanakaw. Well, I mean, alleged, right? I just want to be safe. Alleged, he followed them. And then his wife was videoing, and he was thinking, how do I stop this person But he didn't do anything reckless. I mean, he didn't like, slam into the because the guys didn't have helmets. But he did find an HPG along the route while they were escaping, and then he told them, and they apprehended the criminals, the alleged
So
criminals.
nahuli.
So
I
nahuli.
think so.
And then
At
they
saka
used
kita
the
mo ka,
video.
madali matration. Madali
They used the
matration.
video very clear to arrest these criminals, alleged criminals. So I guess my question is, what's your thought about being vlogger vigilantes?
I think if you're gonna go out there and that's gonna be your intention, it's gonna be tough kasi you're gonna literally be watching or listening in on the police beat to figure out may crime ba mangyayari dito. If you're chasing crime, I think that's a bit
So it
dangerous.
just so happened that he
Yeah,
saw
exactly.
it happen.
Kasi kung insidente nagkataon at tumulong siya, for me okay yun kasi tumulong naman siya. The only question is, would it have been faster and better if there was no camera to apprehend them, or was the purpose to identify them using the camera? Yung mga ganun. Kasi kung mas efficient na tabi ko na muna camera ko, maghanap na ako ng HPG para nakafocus ako sa chase, might have been better. But I don't know the intention eh. Baka helpful din naman na identify na video yung mga criminals. I mean,
Can I
after
say
they get
something? Can I say something? Being a long-time police reporter, pare, let's not call them vigilante. Kasi pag sinabi mo vigilante, they take the law into their hands. Ang vigilante, pare, yun yung real term ng vigilante. I call these guys the multiplier force, no? Alam mo, yan yung tinatap ngayon ng mga PNP na provide information to the police that would lead to the arrest of criminals. Hindi sila manghuhuli. Hindi nila itutumba, pare. Pag tinumba nila, they become vigilantes. They provide information. And this guy is not, pare, he's a bike hauler, si Jet Lau. He also sells second-hand bikes. He's not anong tawag doon? Headhunter. He's not a headhunter.
Nagkataon lang sa to.
I think I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing kung nangyari yun eh.
I think the positive na nangyari dyan sa ginawa niya, it's empowering for other people on bikes who have cameras to be on the lookout. And it's actually making other would-be hold-uppers praning kasi there are cameras everywhere, di ba? Before you do anything.
Tama sa. Very rampant ngayon. Yung mga agaw bag. That's why I invest in dash cams. If you guys have dash cams, makachempo kayo ganun, you'll be helping the community.
Eto, may question ko. Ano tawag dito kunyari may bag ako? Tapos, kung drive lang ako, pero meron ako nilalagay dyan ng siguro granada or whatever. Tapos, may magnakaw. Sorry ka na lang. Diba? Papaputokin ko yung bag na ninakaw mo saan. Is that bad? Ninakaw mo eh. Diba? Kung hindi ka nagnanakaw, wala mangyayari sa'yo. I mean, just thinking sama ba yun?
Yeah.
I think there's a law that goes against booby trapping your house, because, and this is what happens in the States now eh.
They use it as self-defense, mamamaril na sila.
Pero grabe yung criminality sa US, di ba? Yung parang they'll break into your car and then just in broad daylight, take whatever's inside. You can't do anything that could potentially harm the person breaking into your not automated. You know what I mean? Like automatic sasabog. But if in the middle of the crime you do something to then I think that's fair game.
Yeah, kasi sa akin hindi automatic eh. I have time to think. Kinuha niya bag ko. Yari ka. Boom.
Yeah.
Diba tambay ka lang sa madilim na part ng Quiapo, no? Sige, subukan niyo lang. May bag kang malaki dito. Sige.
Bak wala kang audio kanina pa. Nagsasalita ka ba? Or are you just laughing to yourself? Yan ang pro.
Bureau of Intestinal Affairs, pare.
All right. Again, thank you so much, Zach. I know it's nawala na si Bak. Nawala na si Maki. Lobat na lahat. Buti nandito pa si Ari.
Thank you, guys. Salamat.
Really appreciate the support, man. And you are a force for good in the motorcycle community. Your content is always educational. It always has a not a moral, because it's not preachy. Well, it is preachy sometimes, dude. Admittedly, it is, but in a good way, in an entertaining way, in a way that really makes riders think. And I think that's also why we're here. Aside from having fun and hanging out with friends, we've been doing. This is our 144th episode. You were on episode 1. And we really
Metro
appreciate
Walk.
all the support. Metro Walk pa, pare.
Alala ko unang tanong mo Zach, nagmotor ka ba o hindi? Nagmotor ako nun. Tunay na rider. Buti pala dala ko ng kotse nun. Ay, ng motor nun.
Ng motor. Aha.
Hey, Zach. Isa lang namimiss ko sa'yo eh. Drinking with you, bro.
Ay, oo. That's been a long time. I've been sober for so many years na, since before.
Yeah, but okay lang yan.
Ginger ale na lang.
Ginger ale. Probiotics.
Okay.
Probiotics.
Pero nagsashabu ako I mean, that's good.
Yan naman hindi
On
ako.
that note, goodbye.
That biro lang. Wala, I don't. In fact, at least recently lang trip ako. What if I stop off?
Invite kita sa group namin. Legalization of shabu.
Okay. Seriously, Buck and I were joking around because I honestly believe that marijuana will be legalized in the country soon. I believe this. But then I was seeing, I have a lot of friends who are in this compassionate care Facebook pages, and they have posts
Whatever. It
helps you mga epileptic seizures, yung mga the real stories about how it's more affordable as a medicine. And I thought, why don't Buck and I make a legalized shabu page and we talk about how you can be more efficient? Like all the pros. Mas mura siya. You'll be a better truck driver. Yung mga ganon.
Just don't take too much or you might end up massacring a family.
Oh,
Diba?
pero yung tamang usage.
Grabe.
Responsible shabu.
Responsible shabu users.
I had an idea about, just really quick before let's let this airplane pass. I was, but there's this whole problem with drugs before when President Duterte came. And sabi ko, why don't we just invest? We have 7,100 islands, right? Or 775. Why don't we just dedicate one of them and call it Shabu Island? Wherein anybody who wants to shabu, you can buy, you just hang out there, kayo lang. Bahala na kayo. You have your own, you can make up your own laws. Oh, kayo ay magpulisan. Oh, sumusobra ka na magshabu. Talaga? Tapos paraling na sila. Bahala. Basta island. Imagine this. They will all go there, pare. Aalis yan sa city natin. Pare, legal ang shabu doon. Punta tayo lahat. Yun ang solusyon. Shabu Island. I'm telling you.
That will be one of the advocacies of my Facebook page. On that note, again, Zach, is there anyone you want to say hi to, thank, any words of wisdom to inspire us before we wrap up?
First and foremost, you guys.
Bago tayo ma-raid.
Go ahead.
No, bago tayo ma-raid, sabi ni Puck.
Okay.
Bago tayo ma-raid, magpaalam ko na.
So, una salamat sa inyo. What you guys are doing with the whole the podcasts and from the day you started this, what you're doing now, very sensible what you guys are doing. You guys are no bullshit. You just say what it is. Kung mali, kung tama, you guys don't care. And I salute you guys for that. Now with Moto Chismis on board, yun na. Diba? Kompleto na. So, I'll see you guys in the show. I hope you guys do show up. It's going to be fun.
Definitely.
Essentially, 150 is it's essentially $75. If you're a rider. I mean, if you buy gloves, you're in. You know what I mean? So, bring the family. Yun, binawal din namin yung mga sobrang lantaran na kita na kuyukot dressing na
Can
mga
I
model.
say I'm not a fan of booth babes. I think they stand in front of the motorcycle. I want to see the freaking motorcycle.
Actually,
And
I was able
when I go out at night, empty yung mga pinupundahan ko.
Pag wala na lahat dumaraket sa makina mga show. No, but what I'm saying is,
wala na.
Ito daw manufacture siya ba? Sabi ko, regarding model, sabi ng Zach, kasi syempre, pa-sexy lang naman sila, hindi naman. Sabi ko, kids are going there with their family. So sabi ko, sige, para compromise tayo. Kung maglalagay kayo ng mga pa-sexy ng mga babae, pati lalaki maglagay din kayo doon. naka-six-pack, nakasakay sa motor. Para talagang kaya nyo.
Yan, kaya pupunta na ako pag
So,
ganyan.
medyo napaisip sila. So, compromise, decente na yung mga susuotin for this year.
Yeah, I
Hopefully,
mean, it's okay to have a pretty girl with a t-shirt and jeans, but and just don't block the bike, right? And maybe I want a picture of just the bike and not some like somebody from Slovenia sitting on it, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see this year how that's going to happen.
All right, looking forward to it, man. All right.
Thank you so much,
next-
everyone.
Thanks, Zach.
Salamat.
Iniwan na tayo ni Aris. So I guess this is the
Baka
the show's
na-raid.
over.
Shabu
The show's
Island
over.
pala.
Good night,
Akala ko sa
people.
Motor si Moto. Bye, guys.
Happy
Salamat, ha.
Holy Week. Bye.
Ingat,
Thank you.
ingat.
O, tayo na lang back.
Oh.
Give me your
Iniwan na lang tayo ni,
Uy,
ni
roll
Bianca,
out
ni
na.
Pao.
give me your flight details.
Pati
and
yung
pick up
ano,
the airport.
pati yung producer na wala.
Okay, give me your flight. Yeah, I'll pick you up at the airport.
Oh, si Aris, mag-airport na. Wala na, tapos na yung show.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
Know what's
Wala
happening.
na yung outro natin.
Yun!
Yun!
Wala na si Zach. Sorry, may tumawag eh. Sorry.
Mga
As
kailangan ng
usual,
supply
very
ng
professional,
shabu-sabi
tunay na
niya.
rider. TNR Moto Show. Oh, lalabanin natin si Makina.
Oh, magdala daw kayo ng ano ha, ng TNR sticker. Libre na
Sticker.
yung ano, entrance nyo.
Panalo yun. Mamigay tayo, paggawa tayo ng sticker sa labas, benta natin ng 50 pesos.
Oo, bebenta ko, pare. Anong tawag doon? Ano?
Sabi ni Zach, oh.